Hello, you're watching VNA News Agency's Daily Bulletin. Following are the headlines. Cambodian Foreign Minister Prak Sokhonn pays official visit to Vietnam. Official asks for efforts to promote external communication activities. Cultural traditions of ethnic minority families will be introduced in Hanoi. Cambodian Senior Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Prak Sokhonn, is on a visit to Vietnam. His visit is expected to strengthen the Vietnam-Cambodia relations. President Trần Đại Quang received Cambodian Minister Prak Sokhonn in Hanoi on June 22nd. He stressed Vietnam and Cambodia are ASEAN members and close neighbor countries which have always stood side by side during the most difficult circumstances and have always been willing to sacrifice for independence and freedom in each country. The relations between the two countries have been developed through generations, thus present and future generations should be responsible for preserving and fostering the ties, he said. He added, as Vietnam and Cambodia will celebrate the 50th anniversary of their diplomatic ties in 2017, the two foreign ministries should pay attention to practical and educational activities on their friendship, neighborliness, and comprehensive cooperation. Minister Sokhonn affirmed Cambodia will never forget Vietnamese volunteer soldiers' sacrifice and support in liberating the country and preventing the return of the genocidal Khmer Rouge regime. Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc hosted a reception for the Cambodian Foreign Minister on the same day. He congratulated Cambodia on its achievements and expressed his pleasure at the development of the Vietnam-Cambodia relations. The government leader hailed the outcome of the talks between Minister Prak Sokhonn and Deputy Prime Minister Phạm Bình Minh, adding that the two ministries should work closely to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam-Cambodia diplomatic ties. He proposed that the Cambodian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation help Vietnamese people in addressing the difficulties in terms of legal status, creating favorable conditions for them to stabilize their lives and contribute to socio-economic development in Cambodia. Minister Prak Sokhonn reiterated the friendly neighborliness and comprehensive cooperation between Cambodia and Vietnam. He affirmed that his visit is aimed at fostering the friendship and solidarity with Vietnam and enhancing multifaceted cooperation between the two countries. Cambodian Minister Prak Sokhonn pledged to further strengthen ties between the two foreign ministries during his talks with Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh in Hanoi on June 22nd. Deputy Prime Minister Minh suggested the Cambodian Foreign Ministry facilitate Vietnamese investments in Cambodia. The two sides agreed to maintain close coordination of viewpoints at regional and global forums while increasing collaboration with other ASEAN member states. On the East Sea issue, the two sides shared the view that disputes should be solved by peaceful means. Both sides also committed to continue working closely together and with other members of the International Mekong River Commission to ensure the sustainable management and use of Mekong River water resources and promote Mekong-Lanka cooperation. Chairwoman of the National Assembly Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân is on a working visit to the northern mountainous province of Bắc Cạn. Let's take a look. National Assembly Chairwoman Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân suggested the northern mountainous province of Bắc Cạn pay more heed to tourism development as the locality boasts substantial potential in this field. The top legislator said Bắc Cạn should draw policies to attract outside investments in tourism infrastructure. She urged the locality to carefully select priorities in industrial development in tandem with the protection of ecology, water resources and forests in the context of limited land and human resources. Besides, more attention should be paid to ensuring social welfare, especially vocational training and job generation for minority ethnics, the chief legislator noted. She proposed the locality expand its production scale for local high-quality and competitive products. The same day, National Chairwoman Ngân visited Chợ Mới District, an example of new style rural area building in Bắc Cạn Province, and visited and presented gifts to families rendering great services to the nation in the district at Bắc Cạn City. President of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee hosted a reception for Laos Ambassador to Vietnam, Thong Savan Phongviphan, in Hanoi on June 22nd.
The Front's leader expressed his belief that the ambassador will make important contributions to enhancing the special solidarity and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos. He said over the past years, the relationship between Vietnam and Laos has been consolidated in all areas. He added, Vietnam will continue to support Laos' efforts to successfully execute its role as ASEAN chair in 2016, and the country will step up economic connectivity, particularly projects on transport link and trading cooperation. Ambassador Thong Savan Phongviphan spoke highly of Vietnam's economic development. He said the two countries should further foster comprehensive cooperation in all areas. He pledged to do his utmost to foster the traditional friendship, solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between Laos and Vietnam.
The party's Central Committee's Commission for Mass Mobilization and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs co-hosted a get-together in Hanoi on June 22nd with ambassadors and heads of Vietnamese representative agencies abroad for the 2016-2019 tenure. A representative of the Foreign Ministry briefed participants on the dissemination of information about the country's foreign affairs as well as overseas Vietnamese and preparations before the diplomats begin their missions. Head of the party's Central Committee's Commission for Mass Mobilization, Trương Thị Mai, said ambassadors and heads of Vietnamese representative agencies abroad are expected to help promote investment, culture and tourism cooperation and diplomatic relations between Vietnam and the host countries. She expressed her hope that the diplomats will effectively popularize the guidelines of the party as well as the state's policies and laws on foreign relations and activities towards Vietnamese nationals living abroad. Mai also urged the diplomats to create favorable conditions for Vietnamese expatriates to develop business activities in their homeland and encouraging them to contribute ideas to the party's guidelines and the policies and laws of the state. Politburo member Võ Văn Thưởng has emphasized the importance of promoting the overall strength of the whole political system in external communication activities.
Thưởng, who is secretary of the party's Central Committee, head of the Commission for Information and Education, and head of the Steering Committee for External Information Service, chaired the Steering Committee's meeting in Hanoi on June 22nd to launch its task for the 2016-2020 working tenure. He affirmed that the external information work has contributed importantly to implementing the party's foreign policy and fulfilling the country's socio-economic development and defense security tasks over the past time. For 2016-2020, the committee should continue reviewing its operation, increasing its activeness and intensifying coordination with ministries and offices involved in external communication activities, he noted. He stated it is necessary to promote the role of news agencies, expand the operation of information channels in foreign languages, and take advantage of the important voice of foreign press agencies in promoting the image of Vietnam to attract the support of the international community and the Vietnamese community abroad for Vietnam's stance on important issues of public concern. The official also stressed the need to reject incorrect information and allegations, and consider the use of new means of communications in external information activities.
A ceremony to celebrate the 77th founding anniversary of Hòa Hảo Buddhism was held in the Mekong province of An Giang on June 22nd. Vice President of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee Lê Bá Trinh attended the event, among others.
During the past over 7 decades, the Central Executive Committee of the Hòa Hảo Buddhist Sangha, dignitaries and followers have made significant achievements in protecting the country and consolidating the great national unity bloc. Hòa Hảo Buddhists have also actively engaged in patriotic emulation movements and charitable activities, like providing free meals at hospitals and centers for orphans and the elderly, medical checkups and medicines, as well as building roads and upgrading traffic infrastructure. In the coming time, the Central Executive Committee and Hòa Hảo Buddhist followers will continue to enhance the national unity and contribute to the country's innovation. Hòa Hảo Buddhism currently has 395 executive committees in 18 cities and provinces. Last year, its followers donated more than 373 billion dong, equivalent to $16.7 million to social charitable activities, helping local authorities improve rural infrastructure and well-performed social welfare policies.
Deputy Minister of Culture, Sports and Tourism, Đặng Thị Bích Liên, is joining tourism chiefs from other ASEAN member countries in the first ever ASEAN Ecotourism Forum 2016 that opened in Champasak, Laos on June 22nd.
Opening the event, Lao Minister of Culture, Information and Tourism, Bo Seng Kham Phongdara, describes the forum as a good chance for the association's member countries to foster cooperation in order to realize the ASEAN vision towards 2025, as well as the ASEAN tourism strategy in 2016-2025. During the two-day event, themed ASEAN Without Border, Roadmap for Strategic Development of Ecotourism Clusters and Tourism Corridors, participants will share their practical experience in developing ecotourism. The tourism chiefs will organize a roundtable to pass the Parksay Declaration and documents reflecting their common desire to boost ecotourism growth and form ecotourism clusters in the region. At the same time, a green tourism fair will be held, together with a conference on ASEAN tourism development to introduce tours and services as well as ecotourism programs of Champasak province and other localities.
The port of Lázaro Cárdenas, the largest Mexican container port, has launched routes to Vietnam and Chile, which will save up from 13 to 18 days of transit. The sea routes will be operated through an alliance between Trade Link Pacifico and Kansas City Southern de Mexico rail companies. Export from Houston, the United States, to Vietnam will be transported to Lázaro Cárdenas by train before en route to Vietnam by sea. This way is at least 18 days faster than traditional routes through Long Beach and Panama Canal. The new route from Houston to the port of San Antonio, Chile, that passes through Lázaro Cárdenas will cut the days of transit by 13 to 5 days and save the cost of transfer up to 10% compared to that through Panama Canal. Lázaro Cárdenas, one of the largest seaports in the Pacific Ocean basin, is operated by Hutchinson Port Holdings. The Vietnam National Village of Ethnic Culture and Tourism will host a range of activities on June 25th and 26th to introduce the cultural traditions of ethnic minority families inhabiting in the North Central region. These activities are designed to celebrate Vietnam Family Day, which falls on June 28th. They are seen as highlights of a program titled Impressed Summer Month, Returning to Childhood Memories, aiming to present the cultural identities, customs and habits of ethnic minority groups, as well as experiences in the common house of all 54 ethnic groups in Vietnam. Visitors to the village, which is located in Hanoi's suburban Sơn Tây Thao, will have a chance to watch rituals and festivals of different ethnic minority people across the region. Within the framework of the program, exhibitions will showcase photos capturing the daily life, traditional festivals, as well as remembrances of ethnic minority groups. And that has come to an end of our program. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you soon.